Hi, everybody. This is Phil Sims, and you're watching Fresh Cookies.
Oh, no. There I am. What up, everyone? Happy football. I can't believe we're back. I'm so hyped. Hope the offseason was great for y'all. Hope you got some good bets going. Appreciate everybody who jumped in. Something new we're doing. Going to be doing this every Thursday before the games and every midnight after Sunday Night Football. So definitely come back in. Check out the live show. I'm still going to be doing the highlight show, but, gotta step up your game, man. I'm excited for this season, so wanted to try some new things. And let me know in the chat what you guys got going on. What are you doing for opening kickoff weekend? What are some of the bets that you're laying down? What are you most excited to see? Maybe some hot takes. All right. And we got a good one. We got a good one to start. Years past, you see Detroit on the schedule, you think maybe it's an easy win. But man, ever since they did Hard Knocks, everybody's rooting for these Lions, man. So Detroit Lions, Kansas City Chiefs opening up this week. Tonight, Thursday Night Football kickoff. And we're going to go through some of these breakdown. Well, we're going to break down all these games. I won't be too long-winded. I know you got stuff to do, and plus you probably heard the same people regurgitate all the same stuff before. But going to try to make it fun for you. Like I said, Detroit at Kansas City tonight. Believe it or not, there's a lot going on in this matchup, even though it's opening game. Like I said, Detroit, not playoff contenders yet, but Dan Campbell really got this team just looking just such a different vibe. The biggest thing for them is going to be their defense. But Kansas City, reigning champs, got to give them props. Last year, wasn't too sure they were going to be Super Bowl champs, but they proved me wrong. That Super Bowl with the Eagles, I don't know if it's in my top 10. I thought it was a little boring. I'm not going to lie. I thought it was a little boring. The ending, whatever, with the, with the pass interference, defensive holding, whatever you want to call it, Juju should have got Super Bowl MVP for that play, but all the props to the Chiefs. They should be the big dogs going into the season. They have even though he's a tight end, they got arguably one of the best receivers in Travis Kelce. A big thing for them is no Chris Jones, so I don't know how their pass rush is going to be. Could be a wake-up call for them, but defense, I got some questions for them. Pacheco should be a solid back for them if he stays healthy. The only thing there is they do lose some blocking with no Juju, so like I said, everybody loves Detroit. Dan Campbell, great guy. I love that energy. Defense was a little sus last year. They kept their coordinator, so, they obviously have faith in the dude. We'll see what they do. But, let's bring up some of the betting stuff. All right? Try to make some money this season. I'll pull up the FanDuel real quick. No, I don't have a sponsorship with them, but hey, you never know. Now it's funny. I was going to make a same game parlay, and I thought I thought I had made this. This wasn't the one that I saw before. There was one that I saw before that was sponsored, and I was like, damn, I really thought I had something here, and looks like Vegas beat me to it. Where is it? Since I've done this, looks like they've updated it. Might be a same game. Yeah, let me see. All right, maybe they switched it. The one that I saw that I had made, I made a note here. I'm messing up. That was the wrong game. But let's see what FanDuel got going. They're saying moneyline Chiefs. I don't fault them for that. Pacheco, Travis Kelce, and St. Brown. That's not bad. I'm not going to lie. That's not bad. One second. Now, yeah, no, that seems like a pretty solid same game parlay. Try to look at some of the other, and this is just for the Thursday night. They got the over now for the next bet. I think Kansas City Detroit is honestly going to be a low scoring game. When they say Travis Kelce and Pacheco, I mean those really I'm pretty sure those are going to be the only touchdowns for the Chiefs. I see a lot of field goals in their foreseeable future, but they got some other good. We got some other good same game parlays down here. Pat Mahomes over 275 yards. I mean, hey, he's got a good line. I can't, as time goes on, your legs don't work the same. So Patrick Mahomes, he gets it done. However, so I don't think we'll be seeing him run as much as we have in the past. So 275, that's pretty solid. St. Brown getting over 60 yards might be a little bit of a stretch. He can obviously do it, but I just think it's a hard task. You're going into Kansas City, opening game on the road. I like Jared Goff. I'm just going to straight up say I think Jared Goff should be a top 10 quarterback in the league this year. I know they'd be getting... it's a work in progress. We want to at least see Detroit win a playoff game. They really should run the NFC North this year. We'll see how that goes. But my prediction, Kansas City is going to get the win, man. I just think Detroit is going to keep this one close. And like I said, they're the favorites. They're the favorites in the NFC North. So going forward, there should be no excuses for them this year. I mean, the Vikings will be tough. But honestly, you take away Justin Jefferson, it's a pretty even matchup. And St. Brown expected to have a big year. We'll see what's up with him. Take down this DraftKings stuff. All right. Like I said, I won't be too long-winded. I'm hyped for tonight. I just don't want to focus too much on that one. All right, moving on. Bengals versus the Browns. Some AFC North bad blood. I'm pretty hyped for this game. Last year, the Browns season, it was sort of exciting because I wanted to see Deshaun Watson. Shout out the Tug of War King. I wanted to see Deshaun Watson, what he would do in the second half of the season, but it just wasn't really there. And it's hard to judge dude like that. No excuses this year. He's going to get a full season. You're going up against Joe Burrow, who has the Q tag on him. I really hope Burrow plays. At the same time, I want to see him make it through the whole season. There's nothing worse than trying to have these debates, Mahomes, Burrow, obviously Aaron Rodgers, these MVP race questions and things of that nature, and just who's the best in the game. So it's always good when everybody stays healthy. It's hard, but I hope Joe Burrow stays healthy, and this should be a great game. The Bengals, as always, have a shitty offensive line, so Myles Garrett, he's gonna love that. They're gonna have to probably double and triple him up, and Cincinnati Bengals, it should have been their main priority. Really, protect your best asset. Because if he goes down, that's it. Your season's over. There's no one. I don't care. There's no backup or anyone you're going to sign that's going to do 10% of what Joe Burrow has done for that franchise. So protect him, or it's over. It's really your choice. Like I said, Deshaun Watson, I'm excited to see what he's going to do with a full season. All those allegations aside, I just kind of want to see the dude play ball. No Kareem Hunt. They still got Nick Chubb back there, which is, he's a top 3 back in the league. They have Amari Cooper at receiver. He'll be their threat on the outside. And then Njoku, if he can stay healthy, he's a very reliable tight end. So shout out to him. He's a Jersey guy. And, I home opener for the Browns. This is a tough one. I am going to say it's going to be a Bengals road victory to open the year. I think Deshaun Watson's going to surprise some people. Also, my hot take of the season. Yes, Joe Burrow will win Super Bowl MVP. He's winning a Super Bowl, damn it. And he's not just getting the Lombardi. He's getting the other trophy, too. I'm sure it has a name, but I'm just blanking on it right now. But that's my hot take. Cincinnati, what are you waiting for? You don't want to be the next Buffalo Bills, talking about it and not doing shit. So, all right. Texans, Ravens. Now, this game is interesting. Obviously, Lamar Jackson. Hope he's hope he's healthy. He missed that playoff game last year. I hope it wasn't personal. Strictly business. You got C.J. Stroud, second pick in the NFL draft. I caught some heat, by the way, just trying to get my feet wet for the upcoming season, doing some preseason fresh cookies, which I can't really do preseason fresh cookies because a lot of these guys are trying to earn spots and they get cut. So how am I going to knock a dude that's a third or fourth string, or maybe he's going to play on the practice squad? I'll let him get the call up before I really start tearing into him. But just interesting. I want to see what C.J. Stroud does. I don't want to be one of these people that's just going to knock him because he's a rookie quarterback coming in. He went to Ohio State. Ohio State quarterbacks don't really transition that well to the league. I believe the last one we saw was Dwayne Haskins, RIP, but he just didn't. And everybody's different. He just didn't transition well. He probably should have stayed a little longer. But yeah, Texans, Ravens. The Ravens, I'm not really that confident in their run game. Big pickup that they add Odell. They got Zay Flowers out there too, and obviously Lamar Jackson. I mean, top 10 quarterback in the league that you would want on your team. Whether or not you think he's top 10, that's your own business. But in terms of being a playmaker and giving your team confidence, come on. You want Lamar Jackson, I know the Patriots have had a hard time defending dude. It's real easy to say, oh, just take away the edge, make him run. He's so damn long, and, he has better field vision than a lot of people give him credit for. As far as the Texans, they got a new coach. I liked them on the Niners. It's really hard to make an impact in year one, but especially with a franchise like the Texans that they just kind of been plagued by bad. I don't want to say bad PR because they kind of do it to themselves as well, but they just kind of need a revamp. And I know you're in Texas with the Cowboys, so it's hard to compete. But I'm hoping for a better Texans season. I don't want to see them picking first or second in next year's NFL draft because I don't want to see them try to maybe take another college quarterback and Stroud. I'm so over having these first round quarterbacks get picked up and then they do nothing. So the Ravens should win this one by about 3 scores. I'm expecting C.J. Stroud maybe throw 2 picks, but I think he at least gets over 200 yards passing. So shout out to the young man. All right, Buccaneers, Vikings. The Vikings should take this one. They parted ways with Dalvin Cook. They still got Alexander Mattison, who basically fills in for half the year for Dalvin Cook. Even though he plays the second spot, he takes those first them for first team snaps. Cook on the Jets, obviously. I'm sure you watched Hard Knocks. I'm not going to lie with you. Not my favorite season of Hard Knocks, definitely not my favorite Jets season with Hard Knocks. That Rex Ryan one, irreplaceable. But, yeah, Bucks Vikings. It's a good thing it's in Minnesota. At least their stadium has that ambiance. Not to say the firing cannons aren't cool, Bucks fans, but y'all are in for a rude awakening. I know you've had some rough years. I don't want to say you're in for a rude awakening, but especially with no Tom Brady, it's just kind of like, I don't know. I feel for you, and then I also don't feel for you because there was a lot of Bucks fans talking crazy. I get it. You won a Super Bowl for the first time since like 2002, but 2002, 03, whatever though. Just I don't see Baker Mayfield being the starting quarterback there either. I think Trask eventually gets in there, and we'll see what's up. But Vikings, I like them in this one. I would say anytime touchdown. Let's go to their. Let's see what they got brewing. Like I said, not a sponsor, but appreciate the work FanDuel does. Let's see what some of these same game parlays are. Oh, they haven't even. Really? I'm surprised. Yeah, I guess they haven't even released a lot of them yet. We're doing this, Thursday noon before kickoff, so still a little bit of time here before the weekend. And getting back to that one bet that I was scratching my head, I messed up. I got my wires crossed. One bet that I think would be good to lay down for that Bengals-Browns game. I'm saying, and this is what I was trying to say, is I thought I was so profound looking this up, and then I was just one off. But Nick Chubb, Joe Mixon, Jamar Chase touchdown scores, $20 could get you $100. So you put the Bengals money line on there, a little over 100. So I think that's a bet a lot of people should look out for. But yeah, closing out these Bucks and Vikings. Vikings, what are you doing if you don't win? All right, more NFL rookies. Panthers at the Falcons. I'm excited for this one. Bryce Young. Let's see what the number one overall pick can do. He's going to have Adam Thielen. Obviously, not Adam Thielen of Minnesota. He's a little bit older, but, we're now in, I'm starting to lose track. We're in 2023. I'd say over the last 5-10 years or so, Adam Thielen, this is a guy that was all over, fantasy football especially. I got him late this year. This is a guy who's had it going on the last 10 seasons, even when he is hurt. We'll see what he can do. He's probably going to be their number one offensive threat. Like I said, Bryce Young there, so he's going to be the playmaker to look towards. The Falcons, believe it or not, I think the Falcons, this is another hot take I have, I think the Falcons will be the best team in the NFC South. The Saints, with their roster, once they get Kamara back, not bad. Derek Carr is really the only monkey wrench in there. Personally, when you got Taysom Hill and Jameis Winston, I know Jameis had that 30-30 season. Just put him back there, man. He's a national champion. He can handle the pressure. Just do it. He looks like he fits in that Saints uniform. He's an Alabama guy, so I think he's from the state of Alabama. Went to FSU. Shout out the Noles. They look incredible, by the way. Possible national champions right there. But he's the kid. Jameis loves football. he should really just be the starting quarterback there for the Saints. Nothing against Derek Carr, but just the way that whole situation played out, nah. But getting back to what we have here on the screen, Panthers-Falcons. Like I said, the Falcons, I think, should win the NFC South. They will be better than they were last year. And they need to put Taylor Heineke at quarterback. I mean, this guy, Washington was just so, I don't even know. I don't even really have a word for them. They were kind of disappointing, but they weren't. But you can't not say that when Heineke was playing that they didn't at least have some swag around them. So to give you a long-winded answer, should be the Falcons with a big opening day victory at the Mercedes, whatever. It's not the Georgia Dome anymore. So now I have that to be upset about. All right, moving on. Cardinals versus Commanders. I'm not going to lie. If I was a season ticket holder, might have to sell this one if it wasn't opening day. All right, the Cardinals coming to town. Kyler Murray, who knows if we'll see him again. I don't want to say he plagued the franchise, but he definitely scraped their knee. They're hurting, and the whole Cliff Kingsbury thing didn't really help them either. Just a really, I don't know. Seemed like a lot of clout chasing going on. Maybe got in the way. DeAndre Hopkins wanted out. They have an older Zach Ertz, and shout out to James Conner, just making the most of every place he goes. When Pittsburgh was struggling, they leaned on him. Cardinals, they've been struggling. They've leaned on him. So shout out to James Conner. I'm going to pull his. They probably didn't even make it yet. Can I at least get some odds? Yeah, James Conner. Oh, my fault. Let me put this. Let me put this on there. Yeah, a plus 155 for James Conner. That's still pretty good considering he's their he's their number one. I would say a good bet here would be Terry McLaurin, James Conner. Let me see if they do it. And do I want to put Dotson in there? Sure. Fuck it. Scare money don't make no money, right? And we will give. Let's give the Commanders the money line. All right, so $10. $10 gets you a little 80 spot. That's not bad. Might have to roll with that. I wasn't even planning on watching this damn game, but Commanders money line. Who do we say? James Conner, Jahan Dotson, Terry McLaurin. $10 get you $80 on FanDuel. Don't say I never did nothing for you. Riverboat Ron, Eric Bieniemy. Whatever you guys got going on behind the scenes, figure it out. Don't want to hear about your guys' drama, your practice drama every other week. Win some football games or don't. Commanders, though. Jaguars, Colts. I like this one. Unfortunate that Jonathan Taylor's not playing. Top 5 running back in the league. Want to see him get paid. He's a Jersey guy. You go on our YouTube channel, I actually interviewed his high school coach, and he gave some insight on the kind of guy that Taylor is. He coached him all throughout his high school career. Jonathan Taylor still goes back to Salem, New Jersey, gives back to the kids, does these camps, and it's not like he just pops, like he pops out and he puts on a T-shirt and he's just there for Instagram pics and whatnot. He's actually interacting with the kids, giving them motivational speeches. So it's tough to watch what's going on with him in the media because I know in his heart he seems like a really good guy. just wants to get paid. This whole thing is a lot bigger than him. Saquon got that whole little cartel war started with the running backs, so they just want what they're owed. So, yeah, the Colts, they're not going to have him, and they're going to have the quarterback formerly known as AR-15, but Anthony Richardson, they're hoping he can be their future. Matt Ryan, didn't work out well for him there last year. I believe he's still a free agent. I would have liked the Patriots to at least try him out just because he's a vet. The red-faced assassin, Redface himself. And then the Jaguars kind of speaks for themselves. Trevor Lawrence. I'm expecting a big year out of Trevor Lawrence. When I say he's top 10 in the league, he really should be like top 5. And in no particular order, I would say the top 5 QBs headed into the season, and I'm just going to leave hype out of it, or what other people are saying. I'm saying my top 5 QBs heading into the season who I think will produce. And this is weird, but Aaron Rodgers, obviously new life. Patrick Mahomes, coming off the Super Bowl. Can't cut out the Pat Daddy. Joe Burrow, if he stays healthy. Like I said, Trevor Lawrence, I expect to kind of be there. And I didn't really think about this. A 5th quarterback, and I don't, probably going to get hosed for this. I don't know if I would really get hosed. You got to put Josh Allen in there, though. Yeah, that's tough. Now that I'm saying it out loud, I don't know if Trevor Lawrence could be a top 5. He could be a top 10 because to not put Jalen Hurts and Josh Allen in the top 5 would be disrespectful. So I'll level with you guys. Trevor Lawrence, top 10 quarterback in the league this year. And he's going to get Calvin Ridley, another threat to throw to, which, by the way, actual shame on the league for the way that they handled Calvin Ridley's situation. I mean, I get it. You're not supposed to bet, but to suspend the guy for a whole year when you don't even get that much for for steroid, whatever the term is, PEDs or domestic violence, something like that. You're going to really, like Calvin Ridley, really, he's had a great career. From what I know, never been in trouble like that, where it was, across ESPN. Just a raw deal, and I think that's going to play into why he's going to have a big year. Believe I took him on my fantasy team. Let's go into some. Isn't it ironic that we're going to bet on Calvin Ridley? Where you at? Here we go. Yeah, so. And there's so many different things you can, different bets you can play. But the touchdown scores, it's pretty much the easiest if you're just getting into betting. I mean, to me, it's the most fun. Touchdown scorers, the money line's pretty safe whenever you take that. But just touchdown scores in general, man. Point spreads have their moments, but this one really steals my heart every single time. All right, so I'm going to put Mr. Ridley, the talented Mr. Ridley, in there. Yeah, and Jacksonville also got Evan Ingram, Zay Jones. I'm going to take Pittman Jr. because he's really all they're working with here. I don't know if I see Trevor Lawrence scoring a touchdown, but I will go out on a limb and put the Jacksonville defense in there. Now, $10 on this one, and we really want to make it sexy. Let's just take them for the money line also. Look at that. All right. So you take the Jacksonville Jaguars to win. You throw in a Calvin Ridley touchdown, a Michael Pittman touchdown, And like I said, it's my big contribution to making the bet work. Jacksonville defense, pick 6. Maybe it's Josh Allen, who knows? But 4-leg parlay, $10 gets you $363. And obviously these odds change. But who wouldn't love that? Now, just going back to the game, this should be Jacksonville all day. All right, all day. And going to go on a limb here. Pretty safe to say Jacksonville should be the favorite in the AFC South. Doug Peterson got that franchise revitalized. I'm heartbroken because I'm watching the Florida Gator documentary and I'm liking what I see from Urban Meyer, but just from what we know now, it's upsetting that situation didn't work out better. And I feel like we lost a year of Trevor Lawrence because of it. But Trevor Lawrence, future of the NFL, man. Future of the NFL. They're winning big, though. I expect at least 32 points from the Jaguars. I'll give I hope that Pittman Jr. touchdown makes it in for the Colts. I would say they're only going to score once. I'll give them 14, though. I think they scored twice. Moving along. 49ers Steelers. This is a great old American matchup, right? It's what all these old school fans want. This is honestly insane when you think of the matchup in terms of what Kenny Pickett is going to have to go up against. Pickett stepping into his second year. Just did an interview with his quarterback coach, Tony Rasiopi. You talking about football minds, this guy breaks it down so well. He's trained a lot of NFL caliber quarterbacks. He has a couple quarterbacks in the league right now. Anthony Brown, believe he's with the Ravens right now. Kenny Pickett, one of his guys, Tommy DeVito, unfortunately cut by the Giants, but he's still lingering around, and he's got some other guys coming up. The next Rutgers quarterback, A.J. Sarace in Princeton, New Jersey, he works with him. There's another kid in Princeton, Miles O'Neal. He's going to be the next Texas A&M quarterback. He's committed there right now, and he's got a lot of hitters, but just listening to him, I think Kenny Pickett should have a much better year. I think he's a lot more locked in. And let's face it, he stepped into a tough situation. You're coming behind either the first or second most beloved Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback in Ben Roethlisberger. Teddy Bradshaw is the other, is either the one or two. And that's for Pittsburgh fans to decide. Yet you're battling with Mitch Trubisky, who's been in the league. Whatever people want to say about Mitch, I still think he's a pretty decent quarterback. Got a little crazy with the turnovers last year, and listen, that's why Kenny went in. I think he'll have a much better year. George Pickett's, he's a good offensive weapon. And Najee Harris, quality back in the NFL, top 10, if not top 5. I just don't think they put enough around Kenny Pickett. And to make things even tougher on him, you're going up against, arguably, on paper, before the season even starts, the number 1 defense. Luckily, you're at home, so them terrible towels about to have everybody lit. But it's a tough task. And it's funny because the Niners have the number 1. They might actually have the number 1 overall roster. That quarterback spot, though, is a bigger question mark than a lot of people are anticipating. Shout out to Brock Purdy for what he did last year. He was San Francisco's Cooper Rush, Taylor Heineke. Was it Davis Mills? Yeah, he was all of them rolled into one, essentially. Caught that elbow injury, in the NFC title game. you're in Philadelphia. Listen, if the elbow didn't go, they probably would have fucking threw something at you. So, either way, I don't think that game was going to work out any different for the Niners in that situation. So Kenny Pickett on one side of the ball. Shout out to Monmouth County, New Jersey. On the another player that I actually know personally and watched this kid's journey, insane, Jair Brown, rookie out of Penn State. He's going to be lacing up for the Niners in his first NFL game. Hope he sees the field. He's a Trenton guy. Went to Trenton Central High School, and no offers. You go to community college, you walk on at Penn State, earn a captain spot, win a Rose Bowl. What more could you want? Mom is great. Love the family. Just great people. Love to see a story work out with that. I'm pulling for Kenny, but if Jair gets one, whoo, them fresh cookies are coming out. All right. Just looking at. So just look. Well, like I said, we're gonna keep it in the anytime touchdown scorer realm for this week. Which, by the way, let me put in the chat, just so we're not. I know a couple of you guys use different things here. Some promotion. I'm just dropping in the chat now. I'm dropping in the chat right now. Just some promos and things for new bettors and things of that nature. Go out there and make some money this week. Don't be scared. All right, so yeah, back to 49ers Steelers, just something I might be looking at. Let's pull it up here. And like I said, no FanDuel affiliation, but I'm just going to use them. Their stuff's clean. All right, so let's take both running backs. All right, let's give McCaffrey one. Let's give Najee Harris one. I'm a big Debo guy, so let's give Debo a jet sweep or something like that. Now, we could go down here into the, I'm gonna say both of these guys. I'm gonna lean on both running backs here. I'm gonna take them both for over 60 yards. And I'm probably gonna leave the money line off of this one just because a 5-leg is a lot to ask. But do I think Christian McCaffrey can score a touchdown? Yes. Do I think Najee Harris can score a touchdown? Yes. Can Debo? Absolutely can. Will he? I don't know. I had him on fantasy last year, and sometimes when I needed him, he just did some, I don't know. He just didn't come through. But I'm going to go out on a limb. I'll do the Debo, and I will take McCaffrey for over 59 rushing yards. I'll take, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the rushing yards off for McCaffrey, and this is why. All right, can I go back with still having my... Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to go back. And same game parlay. I'm going to go to his receiving yards. I'm going to take him for over 30 receiving yards. You'll see a little bit of a difference in there, but a 5-legger. Listen, let's look at the slip real quick. Christian McCaffrey scoring a touchdown. Najee Harris scoring a touchdown. Deebo Samuel scoring a touchdown. If Najee rushes for over 50 yards and McCaffrey catches for over 35, you're looking at, the payout was just here, over $300. All right, over $300. I like that. Let's $10 get you over $300. You feeling frisky? Throw that 20 up there. $718. All right, place this bet. You can name it the Chew Special, whatever you want. I think this is a great opening weekend bet right here. All right, $718. You're about halfway through the, to the rent wherever you're living. Fucking everything's crazy right now. But hey, $20 get you 718. Look, with that being said, Kenny has a tough task ahead of him. Number 1 defense in the league, number 1 roster. Can the Pittsburgh Steelers defense step up? And technically this should be an this should be the Steelers are the underdogs in this situation. So I guess we're going to have an upset because I'm taking the Steelers over the 49ers. Pittsburgh at home. Think Kenny throws 3 touchdowns. It'll be close, though. It'll be close. This might be one of those. I'm not a mathematician. It'll probably be like a 21-17. Is that even possible? It probably is, but that's what I'm expecting. All right, moving along, though. Titans, Saints. 2 teams with some big question marks around them. I already gave you my Saints take. I think they can fare well without Kamara for a little bit, but they're going to need him. They're going to need him. I never met Derek Carr. I don't have anything against dude. I just don't know if he's the guy for that spot. Starting quarterback. Maybe he didn't want a backup job. Listen, man, there's a lot of things I want and I don't want. All right? Doesn't mean I get them. I personally think it should be Taysom Hill or Jameis Winston back there. I'm not going to dive too much into this one. Just because there's just a lot of head scratching. DeAndre Hopkins, I don't know what went on behind the scenes. You should have just came to New England, though. Really, you should have just came to the Patriots. Why are you going to go to Tennessee? You saw what happened to Julio Jones. I forgot. I'm pretty sure they had another big receiver go there and just did zilch. But, it's just, I love the way Mike Vrabel coaches. They just don't, they're another one of these teams that they just don't have a solid Q, though. They need a better Q. They, honestly, I don't know what his contract's looking like, but if I was the Titans, I would have went after Taysom Hill. I really don't even feel like getting into their, any of their same game parlays, but just because they're kind of whack. But if I take the Titans for the money line, I'll throw in a Derrick Henry touchdown. For the Saints, I'll take a Jamal Williams. He's the man. Also does great. Let me take some of these. I still had the other bet on here. Going for an 8-legger here. Straight home run swing. Opening weekend. Fuck it. Who cares? And please feel free in the comments section. Drop some ish you might be laying down this week. I would love to hear the confidence. All right, so something simple. I'll give Henry some rushing yards too, because Malik or Tannehill, I don't know who's going to be taking the snaps for you, but I don't see the result being much different. All right, rushing yards. Derrick Henry over 80 rushing yards. Listen, he should. He should, but the Saints also know that's really what they got going for them. So, All right, not bad. So I'm going to pull this up on the screen real quick. So you do a little four-legger. Take the Titans money line. Touchdown scorers, Derrick Henry, Jamal Williams. I feel like putting Olave in there. It's just 4 is a lot. 4 is a lot, so I feel kind of weird. But if I took Henry on the rushing yards, $10 get me $73. But we throw in that Olave, and like I said, the bets are subject to change before the actual kickoff, and we're doing this a couple of days before Sunday, before the weekend even hits. But we add Olave, $10 over 300. So, and if you're really feeling frisky, let's see. Let's throw that bitch up to 20. 631. Hey, you got some big cash. Let's throw 50 up there. You're looking at 1,500. That's paying rent. So, but all bets aside, I'm taking the Titans at home to win this one. Not sure if we'll ever see another MVP outside of a quarterback, but Derrick Henry, I think he has a bang-up year. All right, moving on. Some AFC West bad blood. Raiders, Broncos. 2 dumpster fires last year. 2 teams I would like to root for, but just made it so damn hard in 2022. Josh McDaniels, listen, you were OC for a lot of great years. Left, came back, all that nonsense. We still won with you. Raider Nation, one of the best, best fan bases out there. Love the environment. I was so mad that we lost to the Raiders last year. So mad. Because they were just out of sorts so damn much. And personally, I think the Patriots got cheated out of that game. Besides the Jacoby Myers debacle. All right, besides the debacle. I don't even think you can see this shit on. I'm going to pull it up real fast. I don't even think you can see this shit because the NFL tried to bury this one as soon as it happened. Even on the highlight, they don't. NFL don't want you to see this replay. All right? All these cameras. You're going to tell me that's a definite catch? Well, actually, they probably won't even show the replay from the aerial view. But they'll show you the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10K camera afterwards. But can I get a replay on that? No. And then arguably the fucking biggest bonehead play in NFL history. Next to the Colts trying to line up with like 3 people on the offensive line against the Pats years back. All right. Mondre. And this was ill-advised on his part as well, but Jacoby Myers, this motherfucker signed a contract with the Raiders after this. Yeah, I wonder why. Hunter Henry. Runs like he has a tombstone on his back. You know he's not going to catch him, but whatever, Raiders. We floated you one. I think you're going to get rocked by Denver, though. And I know we had high expectations and everything for Russ last year, and there's a lot of shit talking. I don't want to say we laughed at him, but just all the stuff that came out. No one went to his birthday party. Come on. It's your quarterback. But, Nathaniel Hackett's gone. I don't know. I think that was obviously a big part of it. No secret. But I just think having Sean Payton there as well is going to revitalize Russ. He won with Pete Carroll. Very established veteran coach. Sean Payton won Super Bowl, but listen, in the modern era, he's a guy you trust and you want to see. So big things for him. I'm expecting big things for the both of them. I'm gonna take the Broncos in this one. Big. Should be 3 or 4 score game. No Abe Lincoln. Let's see if we can work any money out of these creeps. Pulling them up right now. Where you at? You bunch of losers. Just kidding. Only the Raiders. No, but all right. Let's get rid of these. Gonna have like an 18-leg parlay. They're like, you can't even do that. I know. But yeah, if you're smart, take Denver, the money line. Josh Jacobs, I'll take that action. Jerry Jeudy's a little bit of a... That's a little bit of an interesting one. I feel like every time I take Jerry Jeudy, he does nothing. But it's funny. I was just about to pick Devontae Adams, and I'm still going to take Devontae Adams because he's the, he's the biggest weapon outside of Josh Jacobs, or, vice versa. But P. Ryan, that's a good one to throw in there as well. And I just talked shit on Jacoby Myers, so I feel like he's going to actually score, but I can't put him in there. Just too much. Just a lot of anger from the years he spent in New England. Didn't really do shit. He didn't have a touchdown catch until like his second or third season in. Can't be having that. I want to see rushing yards for this one because I think this is where the Raiders may not win this game, but for betting and purposes and fantasy, I think they're going to help a lot of people out. They might not. Yeah, they might not have even. I was to say, I don't think they even put up like the rushing stats and shit because it's going to be crazy. But yeah, if you take those 4, P. Ryan, Adams, Josh Jacobs, scoring touchdowns, you take the Broncos with the money line. If you're really feeling frisky, if we want to throw Jerry Jeudy in there, turns into a 5-legger. $578 though. I'll take that. But the Broncos winning this game, make no mistake. They should score like 100. Sorry, Max Crosby. Your team might stink, though. You might be looking at the number 1 overall pick, buddy. Rams Seahawks. All right. A little NFC West battle. I'm going to try to power through these guys. I don't want to be long-winded. I don't want to keep you guys. We all know what the deal is, but just have to share some of my thoughts. What's rolling through my head this weekend, trying to make some money and just watch some good football. So the Rams going to Seattle, Geno Smith. Shout out to the guy. Shout out to the chat. My brother tuning in from New York. Appreciate it. He's out there keeping people safe and whatnot. Where is my... Yeah, Geno Smith, this one's for you.
I'll tell you when I've had enough.
Yeah, no. Shout out Bobby Hill. R.I.P. Dale Gribble. But Geno Smith, shout out to you. Rams are going to Seattle. You know, the Rams, they stunk last year. Let's face it. I was not impressed with them. Matthew Stafford, I was rooting for him, but just Robert Woods, Cam Akers, they did nothing. They're so disappointing after coming off that Super Bowl win. I don't know if I'm going to go money line in this one because that's actually tougher to pick, but if I had to guess, I'm feeling. Sorry, I'm gonna pull this up on the screen for you guys. Come on. Thanks. Yeah, so the money line, I'm really not sure about because this is gonna be a good game, I think. But if I had to do some same game parlays, I'm feeling Higbee in this one. I'll come back to DK. I foresee Tyler Lockett touchdown. I really want to take Charbonnet, or however the hell you say his last name. Cam Akers did zilch last year. It's a big stretch for me to even pick this guy for anything. Do we have we have receiving yards? Lockett, DK. Now, Rams, no Jalen Ramsey. So, you know what? I'm gonna take DK for the yards. All right? I'm going to take DK for the yards. Who did I pick? Higbee and Tyler Lockett. I'll throw DK in there for a solid 4-legger. $10 gets you $300. Now, when it comes to the actual game, you know, it's youth versus experience. Sean McVay, Pete Carroll, he couldn't be on two different ends of the spectrums. You know, I don't know if McVay is the youngest coach in the NFL still. I think Bengals, was it Zach Wilson? I believe he's got him beat there. But, you know, you have Pete Carroll, who is, you know, oldest coach in the NFL, national champion, Super Bowl champion. And he's got Geno Smith looking like a straight veteran. When to be honest, I didn't even know Geno Smith was still in the league when he got hit, heading into the regular season last year. But given how the Rams played last year, they're guilty until proven innocent. I'm taking Seattle in that game. We have about 5 more matchups. I'm going to try to breeze through these ones. All right, Dolphins, Chargers. Well, this doesn't really hold the same weight if it was in Miami because for those of you who remember Brian Flores, that whole situation in Miami, he wanted Justin Herbert, which nobody wants to admit this. He was right, okay? Tua shouldn't be playing. God forbid, the guy's 2 hits away from looking and sounding like the damn Crypt Keeper. But Tua shouldn't be playing. DeMar Hamlin shouldn't be playing. I know people don't want to hear that, but it's too dangerous for him. It's a dangerous game. You know, I don't care if they want to go play baseball or bowl, whatever. I'm not telling you not to, but just too much. Dolphins going over to the Chargers. This will be a great early matchup between two. I don't know if Brandon Staley is young, but just 2 younger NFL coaches. It'll be interesting to see what they do. I'm not completely sold on Mike McDaniel, and that's taking off my Patriots glasses. Might just be a little too young. I don't think he corrals a locker room full of men. It's hard. Shit. I see it at the high school level. It's hard to get some kids bought in, but you imagine a grown man with an actual bankroll. It's tough. I don't know if he's really steering the ship over there. He has to a certain extent, but I think it's more or less just being a player's coach and keeping your guys happy. Dolphins offense sick. With Tua playing, really hard to bet against them. The Chargers, they got some hitters all around. It really should be Justin Herbert getting this opening day victory. But if Tua stays healthy throughout the whole game, it's hard not to go with Miami, man. Let me see if we can just do a quick, like I said, I don't want to be too long-winded. There's a lot of information given constantly. But just clearing out last selection, just doing something, just do a little quick parlay. We'll leave the money line off. And for anybody, for whatever reason, if you never placed a bet, this is basically how you do it. Just put in your shit, and they'll either take your money or you'll win some. So, anytime touchdown scores, I like a Tyreek Hill and an Austin Eckler. Moser, I like that too. All right. I would love to put Jalen Waddle in there. It's just a lot to try to get Hill and Waddle in there, along with Moser. I feel like Moser will have a receiving touchdown. Damn it. Let's be nice. I'll just put a Keenan Allen in there. Yeah, so $10 gets you $200. Like I said, these are subject to change, but I think it's a hard fought game. I see Herbert passing for close to 400 yards in this one. I think Miami takes this one by 10. Packers-Bears, NFC North matchup. Justin Fields, he's the ticket drawer, or whatever you want to call. He's the one filling the seats. Any game he's in, you kind of have to watch. Packers obviously losing Aaron Rodgers is going to be a tough road for them. And with Jordan Love, he looked all right in the preseason. Not sure how that's going to go for him. Like Christian Watson, he's only going to be able to, he's only going to be as good as the person who's getting him the ball. So I'm going to take the Bears with a big opening day victory. And they should be nipping at the Vikings for that second spot in the division. All right, and the game to wrap up Sunday night, the Cowboys versus the Giants. NFC East rivals. What more could you want? Two annoying fan bases. Somebody's going to cry, and we'll all be happy for it. We'll be better people for it. Yeah, so this one I'm definitely going to have to pull up. Is there... I don't know if there was two more either criticized or talked about quarterbacks than Daniel Jones and Dak Prescott. And when you talk about top 10 quarterbacks in the league this year that I have expectations for, Daniel Jones is up there. I like Dak on a personal level, but I like Daniel Jones. I think he's a great leader. Sure, he tripped and stumbled on, a 60-yard would-be touchdown, whatever joint. Here, let's pull them up. But now, the promoted joint they got on here. Tony Pollard, Saquon, CeeDee Lamb, and Darren Waller to all score touchdowns. I would love that. I'm not going to lie. Lamb and Waller might be a little bit of a stretch. At the same time, I'm going to leave CeeDee out there. I'll take Waller. Player rushing yards. That's the tough one. Do I think Daniel Jones can rush over 30 yards? Not sure what the Giants D-line situation is looking like this year, so I'm going to give Pollard the over. I'll give both Pollard and Barkley the over. I don't want to go into 6-leg territory, but I will for Daniel Jones because, like I said, scare money don't make no money. 6-legger, $10. Damn near $1,600. Let's throw the 15 up there because I'm a big fan of even shit. And now I'm short. Couple short. 900. Yeah, there you go. Bet $17 on a 6-leg parlay. Get yourself $1,000. Now, when it comes to the actual game, Giants versus Cowboys. Giants are home. They're opening up with some swag. New offensive coordinator for the Cowboys. Kellen Moore no longer there. Saquon causing all that drama. I hope he stays healthy because if he doesn't, man, was that for nothing? Especially if JT's not even playing right now. Gonna keep just to keep it simple. I think it's gonna be the Giants. I think Dak will have a much better year than he did last year. I know Pollard was the main ball handler for them last year, but they're gonna miss not having Zeke. So I'll take the Giants with a close 28. 28-17 victory at home. I appreciate it. Appreciate the chat. Got both my brothers in here. Shout out the Steelers. I'm taking you at home. Kenny Pickett. Like I said, if you missed it, interviewed his quarterback coach last night. That'll be up on the that'll be up on the channel and the website. So if you want to listen to that, some great insight from Coach Tony Rasiopi. He's got a couple guys coming up the pipe too. So. Yeah, Giants, I think you're getting an opening night victory. And then the Monday night game. Oh, man. Bills versus Jets. This should make me sick to my stomach. But there's just so much I like about this matchup. It's a division loss for someone, which is always great. Obviously, the Jets, They got a quarterback this offseason, I heard. A little bit of an older guy, but, I think he's going to do good. Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers. I think he'll be a good competition for Josh Allen. But seriously, Jets, a lot of hype around them. I'm going to be honest with you. Watch that Hard Knocks. There were moments I like. I'll give it to you. But for the most part, kind of whack. Hard Knocks was kind of whack this year. I would like to see a lot more cuts. But aside from that, they're going up against the Bills, the quote-unquote hottest team these last, 5-6 years, however long Josh Allen's been in the league. After that first season. The first season was a little rough for him, but after that, every year has always been, this is the Bills' year. This is the Bills' year. They're going to do this, and they always add great guys. Whatever the drama is between Stephon Diggs and the team, I hope gets resolved. I really don't care. All right? If it's one thing to say that you can't play, but, that's just the way it goes when you're a receiver sometimes. Be a leader. You're a captain, supposedly. You and your brother, both very talented. Just play the game. And just both rosters, just great players. The Bills adding Damian Harris. Sad to see him go, but I don't think he'll be as effective. For them, it's a great pickup. I think our running back situation, obviously with Zeke, is great. We don't really need Damian Harris though. That's a bigger pickup for the Bills, and they have James Cook back there as well. 9-11 at home, Monday Night Football to kick off the year against not only your division rival, but probably one of your biggest competitions in the conference, that doesn't have Burrow or Mahomes as their quarterback. So this is a must-win for the Jets if they kind of want to take that bad stank off of them. And they need to win this game. I'm going to pick the Jets to win this game. But if they lose, the clowning will commence. You ain't getting it was only the first game. No, you're getting clowned. So you better win, New York Jets. You better win. And this is the most important game of the weekend. Eagles, Patriots. How bad will the Patriots be? Not as bad as people are projecting them. Now, granted, trying not to look at this one with my Homer goggles on. I'm excited, in the additions that we made in the offseason. Obviously, no DeAndre Hopkins, but you can't always get what you want. That would have been a great addition. Juju, we'll see what he does. I know he usually misses a couple games due to injury, but he's a big guy. We haven't had a big receiver in a while, probably since we drafted N'Keal Harry, and he didn't really do anything for us. Like I said, Jacoby Myers, he's a little kind of a stringy guy. I appreciate the athleticism, and the Patriots have always been known for utilizing receivers that don't have size. Edelman, Wes Welker, and, even in the running back positions, Danny Woodhead, just some of these smaller guys. So it's great that we got a big guy. Juju has some swag attached to his name. He's coming off the Super Bowl. He's big on TikTok. Everybody loves him. Crowd favorite. The defense is going to be solid from the Pats. I truly believe that. For as bad as our offensive play calling and just overall play was last year, you can't fault the defense for losing those games. I mean, the takeaways, Kyle Duggar himself was just a beast. I don't know if he's a first rounder for me. I don't know how many other teams were really looking at him like that, but he's a great addition to the team. Not sure if he's a captain, but he should be. Judon, he's going to do what he does. I need Matthew Judon, though, when he's a sack leader, to still hold strong in the second half of the year, especially at playoff times, because, listen, Red Sleeves does good. That team's booming. Quarterback position, I'm not too thrilled with. I'm going to have faith in Mac Jones. What are you going to do? I'm going to go. Oh, my sis is in here, too. That's what's up. Shout out Lizzie P. She knows some stuff. She knows a lot. This is one of the best fantasy football players I've done known. But where was I? Got hyped. Yeah, I can't fault the defense for last season. I'm gonna stick behind Mac. I personally think we should still have Zappy, even though he didn't have a great preseason. And I know we got some other guys coming over as well. I thought we were really going to keep Trace McSorley. It's always good to have a vet on the team. Brian Hoyer, I was ready for him to go, even though he knows the offense. That game when he came in, the COVID year, Kansas City pissed me off so damn much. But we're going up against the runner-up in the Super Bowl, Jalen Hurts, my fantasy quarterback. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I have him and Deshaun Watson, so we'll see how that plays out. Master of the quarterback sneak. They got a great offensive line. Jason Kelce, best center in the league right now. So many weapons. A.J. Brown. Miles Sanders back there. Wait, I think he actually might have left. But let me just bring up the Eagles roster real fast, because people were like, "Oh, you forgot about." I was going to say Jim Brown, R.I.P. Jim Brown. He's no longer with us, but I'm going to bring this up real fast because they're no thanks. And shout out to Marcus Mariota. Still getting that play time. Kenneth Gainwell, Rashad Penny, Boston Scott, DeAndre Swift. That's a great running back room now. The Patriots, when it comes to stopping the run, I don't know. Might hasn't really been our strong suit in the past. I mean, you could pull up the stats and whatnot, but I just feel like whenever we play a mobile quarterback, Justin Fields, Lamar Jackson, and even some of the more top tier running backs we faced in the last couple of years, Jonathan Taylor, that game winner. The run is definitely something where the Pats have to improve on. I think the pass rush is there, but I think the pass rush in the last 2 seasons or so has been there because of our linebacker crew, and just I think we produce the best defensive back core in the league year in, year out. So listen, it's a tough game for the Pats, but I will say this, and I know I try not to play off emotions, but you're retiring Brady's number, first game of the season. There's still some bad blood for losing that Super Bowl. Belichick has a lot to prove. Bill O'Brien has a lot to prove. Mac Jones has a lot to prove. And I know when they look across the sideline at this younger coach, which I got some bags, but my man Nick Sirianni looking like he wearing straight eyeliner out there. But they want this one. All right, it's going to take everything in their being to get it. I think the Pats shock everyone, and we win it with a field goal in playoff-like fashion to open up the year. So I believe that was everyone we went through. That was all of them. I'm excited for football. It just feels like it's been a long off season, especially with everything that's the transactions that's happened. Both Dalvin Cook and Ezekiel Elliott coming to the AFC East. I think the AFC East is going to be the hardest division in all of football this year. Everyone's a hitter. Should be the Jets at the top, the Bills right there. Here's where I'll go with this one. I think the Jets should lead the division. Scratch that. Final one. Bills lead the division. The Jets are second. And we knife fight it out with the Dolphins for that 3rd and 4th spot. All right. Now, for what I've seen, that if Belichick does bad this year, should he be gone? I'm not sure. I don't even want to touch that. But I will say this: if Mac Jones does bad this year, I don't know. It's time to move on from McCorkle. I can't do it anymore. I just can't. I want Zappy, even if he's not gonna, maybe have the same lore he did last year, but I just think it gives us a better chance. I think he's a little bit bigger. I think he just kind of wants to win a little bit more. So appreciate everybody who joined in this week. I had so much fun doing this, and if you like this, Sunday nights at midnight after Sunday Night Football, you come kick it with me. We'll break down the games. Whatever you put in the chat, I'll answer for the most part. And, we'll be doing highlight shows. I'll have separate YouTube videos just giving insight and things like that. Like I said, so far, for those of you who don't know, I'm a high school football reporter. So far, for the channel, I've interviewed Jonathan Taylor's high school coach. I'll post that interview. Jabril Peppers, safety on the Patriots. I interviewed his high school coach. We'll have that up. And like I said before, I interviewed quarterback coach Tony Rasiopi, 2-time All-American, works down at the Manning Passing Academy. One of 4 coaches that's allowed to coach at the Manning Academy, by the way. He was on this show. we'll post that. He gave me some great insight about Kenny Pickett. So Steelers fans, why don't you watch that, learn a little bit more about your boy Kenny. But we have some big things ahead. Thank you guys so much for joining. And listen, let's get ready for some more fresh cookies. See y'all.